Hi there, Virgo. Welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. We're here to do your April monthly reading. Trying to light my Palo Santo. It's like not lighting. Trying to clear the energy here. There we go. Leo's reading was a little tense, little intense. All right. How are you doing? Hope you're well. All right. Let's take a look at what you need to know for the month of April, Spirit, for Virgo. If you've got any suggestions as to different questions I can ask for the monthly readings, please put them in the comment box below, or you can email me. My email is in the description. I'm just looking for new innovative ways to do these readings every month for y'all. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. I'm not taking them. I'm taking this one though. Well, we've got peace. So a lot was wanted to come out, but Spirit wants you to focus on peace. So Virgo, there could be a lot of stuff going on around you. It seems to be the theme this month. I mean, it's big energetically with the planets and what's going on cosmically in Aries. I mean, all the planets are going forward. There's no retrogrades at this time. So we have temperance. There's peace. There's peace. Love that. Peace, healing. Oh, my goodness. Six of Swords. I feel like somebody's dodging a bullet here. Getting out while the getting's good. Gotta write that down, just in case it's the title. Well, the getting's good. Wow, and this one over here, what we got? Initiate of Pentacles. Hold on here, I gotta remember. Queen of Pentacles. Let me check. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. I forgot this deck has different titles to their court cards. All right. We've got the Eight of Swords coming out here. Wow, I'm getting a big burning at the stake kind of energy. That's weird. So I could be picking up on some past life energy here. Page of Wands. Okay, there's good news. Is there? I don't know. This deck is interesting that wanted to speak with you guys. I don't know if you can trust the news coming in. Something feels shifty here. That's interesting. Seven of Cups. Yeah. You're being asked to hold this peace while all of this confusion goes around you. Something's trying to say, hey, look over here, Virgo. And you're like, nope. I'm right here. You know, something is trying to get your attention over here. And you're like, no, I'm moving away from that. I'm moving toward my own peace, nurturing myself. Wow. That burning at the stake. What the heck? No, like, you can't make this up. And there it is. There it is. The Death card. You know what? I bear with me. I want to read what this, if this says anything different about the Death card in this, for this deck. Some decks will say have the same, you know, the traditional meaning. Says, perhaps the most feared card in the deck, and yet a very positive card. Death indicates a time when our denial can no longer blind us to the things in our lives we must change. The very fiber of our lives must transform itself. Much like the butterfly emerging from its cocoon, we must leave the old self behind and fly free to our new lives. Okay, so yeah, it's transformation. Oh, it's a metaphorical burning at the stake. This is like I said, the end of the old you. All right, so there's beautiful transformation. Okay, a metaphorical burning at the stake. Wow. All right, there's a lot. There's just a lot here that wants to come out. I've got the Four of Cups. Really? Okay, it doesn't seem very boring to me, but I just I'm bored where I am is what I heard with this. It's like but I think you're getting out of some stagnancy. It doesn't seem like it's been boring. Let's take a look at everything that came up here. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the King of Cups. And we've got the Moon. Interesting. Well, the King of Cups says Elder of Chalices, and it's female, right? So I've got the King and Queen both presenting in feminine form. I love this with the Death card. I love this. This is you leveling up, going from the initiate, from the learning, and moving, Six of Swords, moving forward to this space of wisdom and emotional maturity, and maybe emotional mastery even. Because, and here's the emotions here. The Moon is very deeply emotional, deeply. It's our consciousness. It's, you know, it's also fears and things that are hidden, but I don't feel like anything's hidden. It's like now you're like out in the open. It's like you're worshiping the Moon here, channeling the divine feminine energy within you. This just turned like really super powerful to me, because all of this stuff that's on the table prior to these cards feels like the 3D world, and it is maybe quite boring to you. It's like my 8-year-old grandson. You know, when a kid is so wise beyond their years and smart, they get bored in school very easily, right? And I feel like that's what's going on here with you, that life is suddenly very boring, and something gives you an open door. Getting out while they getting's good. What is the Six of Swords here? I feel like that's already been in the past. That's already occurred, and you've been kind of plopped into this initiation of something. Quite possibly, it's like the initiation of fire, the initiation of air, with the Eight of Swords, being trapped in the mind, feeling trapped. I got the burning at the stake here with this, and then I saw the fire in the background here. You know, when I'm looking at the table. So, and here how these hands are around. It's like someone's burning the stake, and the village is holding hands. That's kind of the image I was given, but like Spirit said, is the metaphorical burning at the stake. It's the metaphorical burning of old identities, old past life versions of you. You could, that certainly could be, you could be, you know, closing out cycles where that's concerned. But the 3D life, it just feels like it's dull to you. And you find that spark within yourself, in your own, it's, I want to say you're embracing these initiations. See, distractions today. My phone has just been going off. I could sit here and do reading after reading after reading and my phone not go off. You've seldom heard my phone go off while you've watched my videos. And I don't always have it on Do Not Disturb. But today it's going off left and right. Text message, phone calls, voice messages. So that's, I feel like you're leaving that behind. The distraction, the boredom of this 3D life. You're leaving behind other versions of yourself. I feel like there's a lot you're leaving behind. And what you're finding in the process is you're gaining wisdom. You're coming out of, I feel like April's going to be a time of initiation for you, but you'll be coming out of it. Like a little more or a lot more in the grounding in the feminine energy, you know, within you. I take a look at the Six of Swords, where I was going here. Two of Swords fell out. Seven of Swords and the stars. So I got to put the stars this way so I hide her very obvious nudity. So that's, I feel like up until this point, I've got a couple things coming in. I feel like up until this point, you're like, what's the sense of doing the healing? You know, how do I heal past life stuff? You know, you haven't been enlightened up to this point in a specific area to heal, you know, some kind of a past. I'm definitely picking up past life, because if I'm picking up burning of the stake, metaphorically or not, it's in my field, so I've got to read it, or in your field. But the other thing that I'm picking up is you've done a lot of work on yourself, and the old versions of you that use certain modes and methods of healing, they don't work anymore. And that's a common theme coming up in a lot of these readings as well. So there is hope coming in. But first, I think what you're doing right now is you're facing a lot of the illusions. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Moon. You're facing a lot of illusions. The Eight of Swords, the illusion of being trapped in your mind, the illusion of being trapped in a situation, having to do things this way when, even though they don't work, you still do them because that's what you were taught to do. There's a lot of layers of yourself that seem to be shifting and shedding this month, and that's wonderful, because you move into this elder, you move into a form of self-mastery here, and it's about the divine feminine energy within you, very strongly. Look at how she's zen, worshiping, maybe doing a ritual at a full moon. What do we got? We've got the new moon coming up. We just had the full moon, so maybe this is the full moon in May coming up, beginning of May, and moving forward. You know, it could be that there's this zen energy when all this confusion and all these other pieces and parts from, you're just like, I'm okay here. I'm just gonna nurture myself. I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna go within, clear this confusion, because I know when I go in, that's where I find the truth. That's where I hear the truth, right? And I'm just going to let spirit and the universe move me and these other pieces and these other pawns and these other characters in my life wherever they need to be, so everything is in alignment for a win here, right? um it's funny because I, looking at this card, I see one thing. When I'm holding it up into the camera, I'm seeing a chessboard. I'm seeing the pawns and the knights and the rooks and everything. That's what I'm seeing. So there's this, there's a surrender energy coming in here, and then we start with the peace card. April just feels like this month of breaking illusions, self-mastery. I'm not quite sure what the title is going to be, but it's like the final shed of the old layers of you. And it's not just from this lifetime, it's from past lifetimes. So you've done a lot of deep inner work here, Virgo. Definitely transforming yourself. And I love how it shows here, going from the initiate, the younger, here's a transformation with a death, going from the younger version into this more wise, experienced, emotionally experienced version of you. So this is like emotional mastery here. I gotta say, there's a big theme of this going across the collective, and I like seeing that. Let me see if there's anything else here that I want to. Let's take a look at this Page of Wands. He looks like a very interesting character. Almost looks like he's, smoking a cigarette there, but he's actually just breathing fire from his nose. But it does. It looks like he's having a smoke there. That's funny. Tell me about this. The Hangman. Yeah, the conversation that gives a new spin on something. Novice. Novice is a knight. Knight of, what we got? Knight of Wands here. Oh, so even like your inspiration, your downloads that you get, even increase in clarity, in potency, I want to say. Nine of Swords. You could be getting a great deal of headaches, I want to say here. Your crown chakra, third eye, and your ear chakras could be opening. So like your clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance could be getting an upgrade here for sure, Virgo. But there is definitely some download coming in. I definitely feel like that's a spiritual good download. It's not necessarily a conversation. It could be for some of you, but I'm picking up download very strongly here. That it might start out small, but then it intensifies. You could be noticing that you're getting more and more sensitive to like solar flares and geostorms and solar winds and moon cycles, but you're channeling that. You're taking that as the initiate of Pentacles and the initiate of Chalices. You're taking that and you're learning from that. You're integrating all these downloads. And what happens with that is you're using it in the highest form and frequency that it was intended to. And in doing that, it breaks all these layers off of you from the past and the past life. So I like that. I'm going to leave that there. Judgment on the bottom of the deck, really getting taking another look at yourself. Look at that. look at that. So we've got someone being burned at the stake. We've got some lynchings here. She's in meditation, hypnosis, clearing the past. Maybe you've been doing some past life regression. Good for you. This is really working in your favor. I mean, it should, especially if you use your tools properly, if you use the hypnosis properly, if you use everything else in your toolbox properly. This is some self-mastery going on here. Plain and simple. That's it. Plain and simple. Self-mastery going on. I like that a lot. I knew I was picking up burning at the stake. I like the confirmation for myself, It's, yep. I was blessed to have not been burned at the stake. I was actually drowned as a seer. So in this past lifetime that resembles this, right? So can't imagine facing the fears of fire and being burned and things like that. It was bad enough to face the fears of deep water in the lake that I love and adore, that I live by. So I'm definitely blessed to have been brought back to my place of death in that lifetime to heal all that. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're on the right path. You're doing everything correctly. You're graduating here. April could be your graduation month. By the end of it, it's like, man, you walk into April, totally different person, so much lighter, so much wiser, and I just can't get the smile off my face. So good for you. Good for you. You've got quite a few here. You've got 3. You've got emotional healing with the wild rose. Isn't that beautiful? There's a beautiful transformation. Again, emotional mastery. You've had to really take a good hard look into the heart. We've got una de gato, embrace. I'm going to be reading these from the book. They're short little blurbs here. And we've got hibiscus, sensuality. There's the divine feminine energy. I'm just going to leave. Well, no, I'm Spirit saying you're going to read them. Interesting. Okay, so we got 3. We've got a number 3. We've got a number 22. We've got a number 5. So there is something shifting here. There's change going on. All right, let's go on here. 3. Wild rose. Love, self-compassion, emotional healing, the heart opener. It was used in ceremonies to open the heart. It's known for its power to help release grief, inspire love, and bring emotional healing. That you might need to work with even just the energy of that. So if you want to take a screenshot of this card, and let's see if we can get it any clearer, and then you can just focus on the energy of that and call it in for you, if that's the way that you want to use that energy. Maybe rose water, even tea, maybe. I don't know how, but I feel like that might assist you in the moving into the next phase as the master, emotional master. Wild Rose invites you to open your heart to love, not only for others, but for yourself. The path of self-compassion can be transformative. Allow the petals of love to unfold within you. Embrace your vulnerability. And here we've got embrace. That flows right into it, right? It is through tenderness that true healing occurs. And let's flow right into the embrace. The wounded healer, inner strength, resilience, and healing. It was traditionally used for immune support and to treat inflammation. Recognized for helping to heal chronic conditions. Una de Gato shows that healing is often about delving into wounds you carry. Past life regression. Embrace the discomfort that healing might bring. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're embracing the, this peace and this comfort and this serenity, even when there's a lot of confusion about things that you may be, we don't have to intellectualize, our healing. Actually, if that's all you're doing, you're really not doing the deep work. The deep work is in the heart. It's in the soul. And wow. Wow, that clicked something for me. Okay. Da, 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 da. Embrace the discomfort the healing might bring and trust that you can emerge stronger. Your pain can transform into the very thing that empowers you to heal others. So this is, I feel like you may be at some point teaching or even like private one-on-ones, like what you've gained through this knowledge and this wisdom you've gained from your own emotional healing is gonna go flow into your work. And I feel like you're someone who does maybe some energy healing, maybe massage therapist, chakra healing, just anything in the mystic realm here, the vein of metaphysics, definitely. All right, hibiscus, passion, sensuality, heart health. Known for supporting heart health, embracing passion. There's that, or enhancing passion, both physically and emotionally. They all go together for sure. Hibiscus encourages you to connect with your heart and your passions, and what brings you joy. Yeah, this is not joy. This is boredom. This is stagnancy. It's like you're done with that. You're transforming out of that and finding your peace and your joy. What makes you feel alive? Embrace these things fully and let your passion flow, enhancing your life with color and vibrancy. That's beautiful. I love that for you, Virgo. Past life regression, man, it can be hard. I know, because I love past life regression, and it can be hard at times, but it's so worth it, man. And it's fun. When you get past certain layers, it's really fun. So I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. And I always mention this, but my mama was a Virgo. So I love me some Virgos. Yeah, I guess I've got a good friend who's a Virgo. So I love you, and I will see you next time. Take care.